It's rather odd, actually. Deep in our hearts, we know we are about being God's people at work for the sake of the world. We sing it. We speak it. We pray it. Like Abraham in Genesis 12, we know that we are blessed by God to be a blessing to the world. And yet we rarely think of our calling except in terms of that which we do in and through our congregations. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for strong congregations. What we do together is important. Offering compelling and life-changing worship, tending to faith formation for children and adults, reaching out through congregational mission programs, even maintaining our buildings. All of those are important and appropriate. And yet our persistent focus on what we do in and through our congregations causes us to miss out on something vastly bigger and perhaps even more meaningful. We miss out on something that could make congregations even more vital, something that could take away our stress and worry about the future of the church. What is that something else? Well, you'll recognize it instantly when I say it. The priesthood of all believers, also known as ministry in daily life and vocation. Here's the good news. This is not a new concept. We don't need to teach it to anyone. As I said earlier, we speak this message constantly. We sing it, we pray it. Here's more good news. When we learn to support and affirm the ministries we all have in our daily lives, at least as well as we support and affirm what people do in and through our congregations, we will find that ministry expands exponentially, and that leading such a church is infinitely more exciting and rewarding. Oh, and here's more good news. Fully living out the priesthood of all believers does not depend on creating new initiatives, asking people to do something more, or raising more money. In fact, just the opposite might be true. This is not, emphatically not, another program that needs to be added to what congregations are already doing. Rather, it is about a change in mindset, a change in looking at who we are and what we do as church, not just when we gather, but in all of life. The scattering is the story of how the church wants to be supportive of the ministry that all the baptized have in daily life, and it's the story of how we continually lose sight of that vision. It's a story of surprises, of advances in understanding, setbacks, of clarity, and finally the development of language and practices that can help us let go of our preoccupation with the vitality of the gathered church and reform ourselves as communities that prepare, support, encourage, equip, and send people into their everyday lives as God's partners to love their families and neighbors, fulfill the expectations of their work, participate in civic affairs, and care for all creation. Pick up a copy of the book. Engage others in conversation. Join us in this amazing and rewarding journey to renewal and vitality.